Hello students, your instructor here, John Medulla with another screencast, this one in After Effects. And this might take a few parts. What we're going to do is set up a simple composition with kind of some duplicate layers and things like that. And then we're going to make everything 3D and employ a camera layer so we can kind of move around it differently by moving the camera and not moving any of the assets actually. So a different kind of way to achieve some animation effects. So anyways, I have this footage here. It's just me against a green screen. I've keyed that out with key light, and now I'm just against a solid blue or cyan layer. I'm actually going to right click on this one, rename it, which is way at the bottom. I'm going to call it footage main. Alright, so I have this here. Now I'm going to put a background. I don't really want this blue background. This is just here to show everything's keyed out properly. In Photoshop, I have created this thing right here. I call it obnoxioussquares.psd, and as you can see, it's normal kind of Photoshop document. It's 3 layers: a yellow squares layer, a noise layer, and a pink background layer. So that's cool, it's saved, and then I will go back into After Effects, and I will go to File, Import File, and I will look for that obnoxioussquares.psd. I'll open it, and it gives me some options. Right now I'm just going to leave this as editable layer style is checked on and not change anything else. I'll hit OK. And it comes in here a few ways: as a comp, and as all the different layers, so I can do things individually if I desire. Right now I'm just going to bring in the whole comp into my comp 1, put it between footage main and the blue layer. And you see it's a little bit larger and different dimensions, so I'm just going to hold Alt or Option and just drag this down. I'm not really concerned if these yellow squares now are yellow rectangles, that's fine. Okay, now with this, I don't really want actually those yellow squares there. I like the pink and the noise. It kind of feels like an old 80s MTV thing, but I want these to actually be like windows, okay? Because I want to put some other footage below them actually. So what I can do with this, with the obnoxious squares layer, I'm going to take search key in effects and presets, take color key and drag it down onto that layer, and I'm going to eyedrop the yellow, kind of that neon yellow, out of it. You see it turns blue. Really, it's just showing the blue that's behind it. So what's wild, I think, is that even though it's multiple layers, when it's in the comp, Photoshop treats it almost like it's a flattened, or I'm sorry, After Effects almost treats it like a flattened piece of video footage or whatever. So, or imagery, so when I key it out through all the layers, not just through the yellow layer. It actually keys through the noise, through the pink, and things like that. So that's great. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take, like I said, I wanted some footage in there. I'm actually just going to have a duplicate of, this footage, the man spinning around. I'm going to have little men spinning around, the exact same man, in each of those little window areas. So I'll just go to my footage main, I'll go to Edit, and Duplicate. And for sake of organization, to keep my thing straight, I'm going to right click and rename this. I'm going to call this footage left. And I'm just going to hold shift and make it like this. See, like a little small version of the man. So it's just a little bit bigger than the window right there. And then I'll bring him below the obnoxious squares layer. So again, I can only see him where that square layer is. Okay, just like that. And I'll do the same thing again. So I can take this footage left and duplicate that, edit duplicate. And I want to call this, right click and rename it, call it footage bottom. And I'll just take it right down here like that, that's fine. And I'm going to edit and duplicate that, right click and rename that. Now I'll call it footage right. And that guy will go up there, maybe even a little smaller for this one. There we go. So again, as you can see now, this goes through. All those 3 little guys are turning in exact unison with him. Things like that. And maybe I can apply some color effects or something like that, you know what I mean? So for footage right guy, maybe I actually want to make him black and white. So I can take him on there, and he's now black and white. And I'm going to toggle the switches and mode button down here, and his mode is going to be set to multiply. So he's black and white and multiplied against that blue background. That's fine. That's cool. Now maybe for this one, I'm going to go to color, and I'm going to open this up a little bit. And I want to go to colorize royal purple, let's say on the bottom one. And that's like that. So that's fun. I have all these settings I can play with if I desired. I don't really desire that. That's fine. And this one, footage bottom, is maybe going to have, not overlay, it's a little bit